Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. If you're interested in supporting us a little bit further, you can always join our Patreon, which is listed down in the description below, and get in on some of our games. We have open slots available in our Tuesday campaign, both of our Fridays campaign, and our Saturday campaign. If you're interested in any of them, all you have to do is reach out and let me know. We'll see if it's a good suit for you. Alrighty, Lily, tell us what the hell happened last session.
Last time on Cross Country Tour, uh, the party camped for a night after they had left the circus, and they traveled onwards to Eurosa. However, before all that happened, um, Bernie and Kurt decided that for now they needed to part ways from their siblings because Bernie had a mission that he needed to go on, and Kurt likes to follow Bernie around, so off they went into the great unknown, or just Pride's Call. Um, however, they brought Kent with them. However, their cart arrived with Kent. I should have re-edified that. And two new travelers were greeted by them and are now traveling with them. One, a big, burly man who likes to fight, named Gunther, and a young lady who doesn't speak much and likes to flip a coin, named Clover. Um, as the party continues on, they finally arrive at the town of Eurosa, where it is, I don't want to say under military lockdown, but there is a lot of military activity here. And the party decide to get a room at the middle. I can't remember what the names of the bars, the taverns were. I just know it was like we chose the middle one.
Okay.
Uh, Anyways, during that time, uh, the party refreshed themselves, got some drinks, and were approached by a fellow who never introduced himself by name, but called himself the Excavator, and offered them a job to go to some ruins and get a thing. What that thing was, though, we don't have any clue. Um, During that portion, however, Gunther decided that it was time to really liven up this area and thus started a nice, friendly bar brawl where he 1v6'd like several normal guys and then got a dwarf involved and had a bunch of fun as he beat the snot out of many of them. And Lily was getting drunk during that entire period. Um, After the bar brawl had died down and the offer to go to the ruins was further detailed, uh, Tolsha went to Lily's room to check on her as she had been drinking very, very heavily. And finally, Lily, in her drunken stupor, revealed some of her secrets that it's hard to really maintain when you're as inebriated as she was. And the next day, the party got together, talked about taking this job, and decided that it was worth it because the excavator promised that if they did this for him, he would ensure they have identification and reason to be in the city of Rexendrum, as to not draw suspicion and ire. And that is where we left off last time, I believe.
So, you all slept through the evening. Clover, you went over towards the messenger station and left a note. DM me where you are sending that note to so I know how much it costs.
She's paying for express and everything, like as expedited as possible.
Right, I need you to send me.
Send it.
12 gold.
Got it. Lot.
It is a lot, but you're paying for express, expedited.
And nobody's seeing this. Okay, good.
Yep.
Cool.
But after your little drop off, it's time for you all to head on out. The excavator meets you all out front, riding on top of his donkey that is pulling a small cart behind him. So, all of you ready? Anything you need to do before we leave town? We're going a ways away from Eurosa, so it will be quite dangerous.
We have any? I mean, sorry, I was still Bernie there. Do we have any ale or meat?
Only what I need for myself. You all can get whatever else you want for yourselves.
All right, I will go get some. I'll be right back. And Gunther is going to go to anywhere that would sell him like a casket of ale or other kinds of alcohol.
The bar that you were staying at, you could buy a whole cask if you would like. Cask of ale runs you about 8 gold if you're getting the shitty stuff.
Sure.
There you go. You got a very large barrel, probably good 10 gallons, so 40-ish pounds. Just say 45 because of the weight of the barrel itself. Worth of ale. That's passably drinkable.
Nice. And yeah, that's it.
I highly doubt they have anything there that would even get me tipsy, right?
Oh, not a snowball's chance in hell. Actually, come the new book, you're no longer immune to poison. Aren't you excited?
No.
Yeah, retcons.
No. We're not retconning shit. It's just newer ones that'll come in. I don't like that. Like, a lot of the changes are kind of like major nerfs, and I don't like nerfing characters unless they need it, like changelings. Anyways.
Don't you like all of the races no longer having sunlight sensitivity?
I think sunlight sensitivity should come from where you are born and where you grew up, not your race. But anyways, let's continue, everybody.
By the way, I don't know how long it's been, or how much feed we had left for the horses and mule. Because I was looking through party loot and I saw that, and it just says feed per day 5 copper pieces times 2 30-day.
That would have been the horses we had on the cart that Bernie and them took. Wait, no.
No,
You
no,
guys
no,
still
they-
have the cart. They left you the cart, yeah.
Yeah, and the horses and the mule.
All right, so you're going to have to re-up.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Make it a lot easier. Right now, remove 50 gold, and you'll never have to worry about it ever again.
I got 8 gold.
That's a lot of feed that we'll just be carrying around with us, though.
We have a cart.
I'm saying right now you delete the gold, and that accompanies, hey, every time I go back to town, I pick up what I need, and then you don't have to worry about it, instead of upkeeping your animals.
Okay.
I'll pitch in 10 gold.
So, all right. This is just to expedite the problem. You're paying more than you'll probably ever realistically pay, but now you don't have to worry about it. Just mark it in the party loot somewhere. Paid for lifespan of campaign, feeding these animals.
We bribed a feed company for a lifetime supply of animal food.
Oh, we have a bunch
you
of
go.
gold just in the party loot.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting we have that.
That's one of the things that you usually use the party loot for. But anyways, was there anything else you all wish to do before leaving? Gunther picked up his ale. Clover, please change your display name on Zoom. Alrighty, that's it. So then, the excavator is going to be heading out ahead of you all, but only by a good mile or so until you're far enough away from Eurosa where none of the guards that are stationed out there will have any reason to look too closely at all of you. Once you're a good hill and a half away from their eyesight, he slows down and will meet up with your caravan riding alongside you. All right, so now we can go over everything that I know about where we are getting this. The item that you are looking for, it is a very odd-shaped, glass-paneled object that has a lot of platinum trimmings around the edges of it. Though it was found deep within one of the privately owned mines inside of the ruins. It apparently came out completely unblemished or harmed, which suggests that it is magical. Um, in addition to this, there is a mage researcher who is appointed to researching it before they take it and bring it over to Zadash, Rexingtrum, anywhere else that they would want to research it. Seeing as the history of Schattengrad has been lost to our knowledges, they are not sure why the entire city was buried underneath stone mysteriously. It happened before the rise of the Empire, so as you can imagine, there's hesitation about bringing magical items out of there and into our cities. However, the mage researcher's name is Mark Herbinger.
Okay. So you have no idea what this item does, right?
I have no idea. My private employer asked me to get it, keep my eye out for anything interesting, and to bring it back to him.
Right. Okay. Well, let's try to do this fast then. Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Schnell.
All right. What the fuck was that?
Not so loudly, please.
Oh,
Yeah, Lily's still suffering from hangover.
Yeah, having the poison
Yeah.
removed made it so much worse.
you want some repair? Hey, take this, and I'll pour from my casket of ale and hand her like a small mug of ale.
Yeah, Lily takes it and is kind of like curled up in a ball in the cart as she's just kind of like sipping at it.
So, is there any questions from any of you?
Are the guards stationed there?
Yes. Mark will have ample guards around his tent at all times. They take periodic shifts to make sure that they are keeping watch of the situation. A couple of the personal excavators will also be there for them, as they are the researchers. Well, not researchers. They are the individuals that found this item, and as far as I am aware, are being questioned by Mark. Everything that they know around it. Nobody's been able to get close enough thus far to listen in and find out what questions are being asked or to learn anything.
Quick question. You said, oh God, my head. You said that Mark is a mage researcher. Does that mean, if he's a member of the assembly?
I have no idea about this. So, history check anybody from the Empire, even if you are a recluse. John, there is no member of the assembly named Mark.
Yeah, no, never heard that name before. They tend to have grandiose titles associated with them as well.
That is good. So we're not dealing with an archmage then. That makes our life a lot easier.
Well, not one directly under the employ of the Empire, at least.
I guess the secondary thing is, so if he's a mercenary and anything, and you just want the object. We don't need to go all. What's the word for it? There's this ancient word that translates from Draconic. That's weird, called murder hobo. We don't need a.
Ah, yes.
I mean, why would we murder anyone? It's not. We're just trying to steal something.
Yeah, try not to murder any hobos. Though I doubt there will be many of them out there.
Right. Okay, well, are we going to, I mean, are any of you professional burglars? Or, you know, the type, you know, the sneaky and all that kind of things.
I can be pretty sneaky when I put my mind to it. Last time I was sneaky, I managed to follow someone who didn't want to be followed.
Okay, well, that's good. I can sneak maybe a little bit sometimes, but I don't feel like I'm good at it.
Your friend seems to have a aptitude towards that sort of thing as well.
Oh, Clover? No, she's just quiet.
No, I'm not sneaky.
Nicely.
Clover is intently looking at the excavator right now. I can be if asked for, but I prefer not to be. I'd rather just try to get through, hopefully through diplomatic means.
I tend to keep people's eyes on me as opposed to off me.
So, would you say there is more people like this? The wizard, or are there more like what you call them? The archaeologist?
What was
So
that
what?
one?
You said something. You called them like archaeologist or something like that.
Archaeologist.
Oh, right. Well, so are they kind of like warriors, or what do they do?
I'm going to
No.
write up ahead. You can speak to him. And
Alright, so it's clear that we shouldn't trust that guy as far as we can throw him, right?
I would probably say that.
I mean, then again, he's a halfling, but that's beside the point.
I mean, I bet you probably could throw him kind of far.
Right. I always wondered why they call them the half flings, because you can fling them much farther than half. It could be a full fling, right?
Right.
Lily pats Gunther's shoulder and just like,
Don't change, Gunther. Just you sweet person.
change, but I like to change sometimes into like a bear or, well, mostly bear, yes. But well, sometimes it's good to try other things as well.
Lily puts a finger up to his lips.
Shh, no more talking from you. Shh.
But what is? Put your finger away. It's smelly.
It smells. Yeah.
Clover, you were looking really hard at him. Is there something you want to share with us?
No, I was just watching. I was seeing if he was trying to lie to us. I'm just making sure he wasn't lying.
Was he lying?
I don't think so.
Wasn't lying. He just had a million things he didn't want to tell us. I mean, that much is obvious. Look, we don't have to trust him. Just know that he's likely going to uphold his end of the bargain.
That's what I was wondering, if he was going to do that. So, Joey, did he turn around at any point?
No, he just rode up ahead. He's a good 80, 90 feet ahead of you and moving faster than your cart on his donkey.
Okay. So, when we get there, we should try to have some kind of plan for what we're doing. I know, John, you could likely get us in there or act as a distraction if needed. My knowledge in archaeology should be able to get us in as well, especially if he goes with the idea that he hired on extra help.
Yeah, I thought we were just going in as a subsequent excavation team of sorts.
Right. Yes, we are excrementers. That's the one. Wasn't that what you said?
Very close, Gunther. Very close.
Quick question too, out of character. If I'm remembering right, so is the artifact we're looking for still in the ruins, or is it in the possession of the researcher?
It is in the possession of the researcher, Mark Herbinger, in his
Okay,
personal
thank you.
tent where he is handling it exclusively. That is being guarded and protected by Crown's Guard as well as other excavators that he is working with closely for their private mine.
I was just thinking, since Talsha, you said you're an archaeologist, why don't you arrive as a professional on the scene and basically, while you and maybe someone else distracts him by talking, someone sneaky or myself, I'll turn invisible, go in the back and take it while he's not looking and replace it with a artificial fake.
Hey, I can do that.
All right.
I don't know if you're sneaky enough, Clover.
I don't have to be very sneaky.
You can create a forgery of something you've never seen before.
I mean, he described it. I can do some fun tricks. Being a cleric has its perks, right?
Speaking to Lily.
Oh.
Well, not if I haven't seen. I can go based off description, but I can make a rough draft of what it might look like, and then once I see it, refine it.
If we can get in there at least once, then we could try to get there the second time to try and swap it out. Make him lower his guard a little bit.
Well, if Marion, you learned some of that mind magic, right? So if anything, as long as one of us gets in there to see it, then you can take a look at it from their mind and share it with the rest of us. And from there, that's how we create it, or at least know what it looks like.
Right, yes. As long as someone's able to get in and out without being detected, can take the image from their mind and share it amongst the rest of us. If I'm understanding how this spell works.
I mean, the other method would just be if we don't even have to see it as long as you take it out from someone's mind if they've seen it.
I can also remember see through people's eyes and ears, though it can only last for 4 minutes. But I do need a bit of their blood for that.
Well, that seems like something hard to get.
True. Although if any of those ones that are currently being interrogated ever had a workplace injury, that could help on that side.
Or if per se,
some of the people got into a bar brawl because, cut off some steam. That might be a good way to help with some injuries.
Excellent idea.
How much ale is in that barrel you got? How many people do you think you could drink from it?
Well, I had mostly for me, but I mean, we could get a couple decent parties out of it, I suppose. He shakes it a little bit. It's a good, 20 liters.
Gunther, if you share your barrel of ale for our purposes when we get there, we'll buy you 2 when we get to Exandria.
Deal.
Is there a way I could add something to the ale to make it even more potent?
Do you have any poisons or anything on your person that could do that?
I have a poisoner's
Or
kit.
are you proficient in brewer's supply? Well, the kit does not come with the actual poison, but yeah.
I have a random bottle of booze.
Let me see what we have in party with.
I don't know if it would be positive to do, but we have those life bloom leaves.
What leaves are you referring to?
The leaves from the gnome forest.
The highly sought after magic leaves that I thought we gave back.
We
did
did not
we
give
give them all
back.
back?
We did.
Because
wow.
we didn't go back to the gnomes. We stopped what's his face, and he had those leaves on him.
I thought we met that one guy and he said give them back or something.
Nope. Well, the one, yes, but then we found 5 more.
Oh, I didn't realize we
Yeah.
found more after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if that would have a positive or negative effect, but
I can do it. I can get in there and get this thing very easily, actually.
All right.
I mean, I don't want to put a kid in danger.
Just don't do anything hasty. Just stand, make a scene. Not a scene, but be entertaining.
Okay.
I mean,
We also do have that bean.
I like the bean.
Oh yeah.
I mean, then again, it would get back at Kurt for not being here to see what the bean does.
I'll just point out something that Bernie has the magic bean, if that's the one you were referring to.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
does it? It was in the
person.
party loot, so I'll take that out.
No, he's had that.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't
Okay.
give that shit back. He didn't trust you.
Magic Chaos Bean is no longer in our party loot.
Well, there goes my future plans of taking over that pharaoh.
The other thing that are we really going to be sending a kid in there to steal this artifact?
Not steal, just to take a
Or-
look.
No, I can get it, but we're gonna have to get out after 10 minutes, or they're gonna realize something's wrong.
Okay.
That's fair. Though then we should wait a few days to hopefully do it. Otherwise, it would be suspicious for new people to show up and then leave the same day.
I mean, we take off fast enough and I don't know where we're going. We should be fine.
Clover, I think you'll need to demonstrate before we get there what it is you plan to accomplish, because we do need to make sure that your life won't be in danger and that our mission won't be in danger of failing.
You're going to see a silent image just appear. Anything. It's a copy of her standing next to her. No verbal, somatic, no components used.
That's
Right.
interesting. If
That is
that's the
quite useful.
case, and I can help you get in there with this.
Lily will pull out the one of the Jimmy armbands of invisibility, camouflage, whatever. Not activate it, but just pull it out to show.
I don't know what magic is. Is that illusion? She's looking at it.
Yes, it'll render the spectrum of light around you to be so you're imperceivable until you do something that would break it.
How do I make it work?
Let me see if I actually have it prepared for today. So, because I figure I would have the components, but I don't know if I've had it. Oh no, I do have it prepared.
Lily's modified it, right?
Yeah, I would say it's probably modified enough where the it's still like the baseline is the Jimmy product, the DW camouflage band, but it's modified.
You know what I'm referring to, right?
You mean the magic mouth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's sped up and also slightly muffled.
Okay.
Yeah, Lily puts it on Clover and then presses something on it that you hear a little what is the message again, Grinsky? Although it's muffled.
It's just instruction for properly using like something along the lines of, under use of this product, please be aware that it will be imperceivable by others, used with caution in crowded areas, etc., etc.
That, but sped up like 10 times and muffled. And then Clover is now invisible.
So 1 minute sped up 10 times, so 6 seconds of
and muffled. So
It's those infomercials you see on TV.
This is. I need one of these. This is nice. Thank you. Yeah, but let's not worry about that now. I just kind of want to get down there. We gotta be places, guys.
Yes.
She's not moving or anything.
But fake me?
Yeah.
I think it might be sitting on a table or something. That's what I'm hoping. If it's somewhere stationary, I'll grab it.
No, I'm talking about the other you. It's just.
Oh, it's just standing there.
That's very disturbing. I've never seen a child that still before.
Another possibility that might work, as long as it's within range of my capabilities, is, and
Lily pulls out another device that Tulsha probably recognizes. And she doesn't activate it, but it's this one here, the vortex warp or displacer.
And yes, that could work. And speaking of,
It only
if you
works
do,
on creatures. Keep that in mind. It only works on creatures.
Okay, but I can still actually work with that though too. So
yeah, it won't work on a material object by itself, but if someone grabs what they need, like Clover, if you're in there and you do that and I see you from far away, I can activate this and get you out of there with the item very quickly,
And
instantaneously.
depending on what the item is, I do have that ability to render it nullified for an hour. All the magic on it. As you've seen me do with Misty before. Though it will take me 10 minutes.
I think a good first step for us too would be once we get to the ruins, why don't we go meet these people and introduce ourselves? That way we can be more familiar with the area and the location in question.
Yeah, we need to case the joint first.
Can always go in saying that we're here to further explore the ruins to see what else might lurk inside to bring out for the mage.
Broker ourselves a healthy, competitive, kind of friendly neighbor situation where we just want to get in the graces of those who have been here before us.
Right.
Definitely.
That works with the ale.
Quite so.
So we could go in and say that we are here to help with the elevation, and then we can just give them some ale and have a party.
Very good. I'm sure we'll have ample time for coming up with ideas too once we've seen what we're dealing with.
Well, we've got, from what the little halfling over there told us, we've got a couple days before we get there, so get comfortable.
Tolsha, were you about to say something?
I can give us food and water for those days, though it will be bland.
I have 23 loaves of bread.
I think we
We'll
should
never go
save-
old, and it's a full meal.
I think we should save that.
But there is a forest nearby. We could just hunt.
Or we could literally just create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Fresh meat
That's
is
no fun.
a nice addition to the diet. Tolsha, Marion, I will probably need to go out one of these nights on our way there. That's all right with you?
Yes.
All right.
Quite so.
So, we have a 3-day journey. Whoever is working on things, I believe Mirian is going to be writing in his book along the way.
Adding
I
spells
believe.
thing.
I'm sorry?
Also adding that gem finally to my spell book.
That's what I meant. You're doing you're writing in your book.
Right.
Yeah. Lily is tinkering with Misty. Gunther is drinking. Anybody else have anything they would like to do? Watch shifts while you're camping. Just keep in mind you don't have a tiny hut to save your asses.
Oh,
I love it.
I have something that I've been waiting on, and I can actually do it now. I would like to use ritual find familiar, so we have a little friend to watch over us.
What familiar do you make?
Are we just in like force and whatnot, or can I pick from anything from the list?
Well, you can pick from anything from the list.
Okay.
The terrain you are currently in is very heavily open plains, hilly, some forestation, stuff like that. Oh no. That would be fucking hilarious though. Ah!
All right.
That's kind of their
And
purpose
you
as
picked
well.
up you picked up the ash and all of that stuff, right? The
Yeah,
incense.
I brought the brazier and the incest like months ago, like before we even got to the resort, I think.
All right. What familiar you want, buddy?
All right.
If you have a special request that's not on the list, like a baby goat, I would allow a baby goat. That is adorable.
Mhm.
He does not.
A
He's never
puppy.
seen a hippo.
Make it a puppy.
Surprisingly not, a dog is surprisingly not on this list, oddly enough.
Well, because dogs are more powerful than, say, like cats and owls and snakes.
Sure.
If you
That's
were
why you
making a
get it.
dog, you would make like a teacup dog, like
God, that'd be adorable.
the tiniest little like chihuahua or something.
Oh, not a chihuahua.
That's you have to get something the equivalent of a cat. A chihuahua is practically a cat.
I'm gonna go with like one of those like bearded dragon lizards.
Ooh, lizard. Okay, okay.
As Lily looks
Wow,
over
that
it
makes me
too,
more excited for Fanfare.
she's trying to think of a name, and she's just like,
I don't know. I keep thinking like some sort of K name, like Kuman or maybe Kuma. Kuma sounds like a good name, right?
I was thinking more like, something Gozira or something like that.
Oh, there's actually an interesting name in Draconic called Gojira.
Inspiration for that one, Gunther. You got that one. All right, you have a character sheet for your lizard.
For
Whatever you want
Gojira.
to name it, just rename it.
Oh,
All right,
Joey.
I'll
Yeah.
name it in a minute. You guys can do whatever.
He's
Yeah,
gonna.
Clover.
I mean, Clover's gonna practice hide and seek. She's just gonna try to sneak around a lot. Just keep practicing that.
All right, so you're inside of a cart traveling with everybody. You're practicing hiding, I assume, like on breaks and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
can help
not
her with
being
that.
seen.
Roll me a stealth check. Let's see how you do this, because everybody will be able to see how you stealth, or maybe not. If you're good at it.
Okay, I'm gonna use that knowledge spell to give myself proficiency, and borrow knowledge, and then we're gonna give it a shot. Public roll. I'm gonna add 2d4 to that. $19.
So, 19, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Does anyone in the party, John?
Yeah.
She's pretty good at it. She's solid at like sneaking around. She's not like the best, but she's solid.
Getting better than she was.
That's such just rob somebody.
Anyways, what's everybody's sleeping arrangement? Who's taking which watches, or are you just not taking watches because you have so much trust in me?
Lily will take one of the late night ones, but quick thing too, Joey, is after the first night, because I didn't have it prepared, from then on, Lily will prepare alarm until she knows we're going to get there soon.
I'll take a early watch because no dark vision. Yay.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third then.
All right.
Or
Over.
first.
I want everybody to roll me their perception checks, starting with the watch that starts first. So first, second, third, and fourth. Go ahead and roll. This will be static for your entire journey until you get there.
All right.
So John was first watch.
Me and Gunther.
Yep.
Second watch.
Third.
Would third be Miss Lily?
You're the one
Okay.
who said third.
Okay. I said late night, but yeah. And I'll roll for Misty as well.
Uh-huh. And then fourth. Random encounter table. Let's go. Your journey to the ruins of Schattengrad are cold, they are wet, but they are safe. You successfully travel the 3 days and 2 nights it requires to make it all the way out here. Where you see the landscape is darker than most other places you've been to here in the Empire thus far. It has a slightly swampy smell to the location, or just earth that has not been moved or manipulated in some time being recently tilled and opened. There's definitely a musk in the air. And as you are traveling out, you start noticing all of these small camps all around you, clusters of people coming out here in the hopes of finding something extravagant and becoming instantaneously rich because of it. As you all get up there, takes you a moment, but you find the excavator who has already set up a tent for all of you to come by and work at. Of course, you're working here. And he has a sign out front looking for help. 3.5 acres territory to comb. Experienced archaeologist preferred.
He said the excavator set that up?
The excavator is sitting out front of a tent that has that sign that says all of that.
I'll move the cart up to that section.
Hey,
You looking for an experienced archaeologist?
I am, actually. And looking for some strapping people to assist me with all of the heavy tilling we have to do with our landscape. Are all of you interested in working for me today?
Well, what is the pay?
I'm willing to share 25% of all of our findings. 25% goes to the group that joins us. The other 75 goes to me and the benefactor who purchased this territory for us to come through in the first place. In addition to that, if we find nothing, you will be given square meals, shelter, and all of the necessary tools you need to succeed in your journey.
Can you do 30-70 split?
I think that can be arranged. He just glares at you like really haggling on make-believe. Whatever.
Gotta make it realistic. Gotta
Sure,
sell it.
actually, there should be some sort of, like a minimum amount of pay.
Yeah, sure. It would give you 5 gold for the 2 weeks.
Sounds reasonable.
Oh, well, okay. Okay.
That's more than most people make in a month. Actually, that's more than like almost everybody makes in a month.
Yeah, 5 gold's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, I can carry some heavy things.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, we have all of the signing paperwork for everybody right here at our desk. He pushes a bunch of parchment towards you, and the first page is blank, but when you look underneath, John and Tolsha can quickly realize the beginnings of makeshift proper note and paperwork of employment that has already begun being crafted for you all for the job. Just proof that he is providing his end of the bargain as of now. It's not complete yet by any stretch of the imagination, but it's being worked on actively.
So this looks pretty good. I think we'll be happy with our arrangement.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Very good. So let's just go inside, and I can give you a tour after you set all of your things down. And he opens up the flap of his tent for all of you to get inside of. And John, you notice a few passing royal guards walking by, just, listening to the conversation, but not pointedly interested, more just being alert to their surroundings. These are not the average guards you would find in the Empire. These are people who are much more well-trained and vigilant and duty-bound.
These aren't the 15 HP guards. These are like the 30 HP guards.
Oh, they got more HP, all right. All right, so you get inside of the tent, and as soon as he closes the flap, he just turns over to you, Tosha. Really, are you fucking haggling? And you, really, just, that's...
I had to sell it.
Yeah, sure. Just wasting my time. Anyways, you can set your things up in here, everybody. You have your own little cots set up for you, whatever you want to leave your belongings at. Feel free. There's Zemnian guards patrolling anyways. Nobody's going to get into these tents very easily, unless they have a reason to steal from you, which none of you seem to strike me as people who have made enemies in the Empire thus far, right?
Correct.
Good.
Right.
Some here and there.
Right, of course. Also, Gunther, there is a
Yeah.
curious bounty on your head, but not by the Empire that I found.
What? Bounty?
Yeah.
Why? For me?
120 gold.
Huh.
What the hell did you do?
I know. I mean, I have a beautiful head, but that's... I don't know. I've punched some people, like one does.
Apparently, you jumped, snuck up, and surprised a noble's son inside of a bar.
Me?
Cheap shot him right in the face.
Well... I mean, if I did that, then he probably had it coming. I can't remember every brawl, Sometimes, you have to... Well,
I'm sure he had everything coming. Unfortunately, that might put us in a precarious position. For now, let's try not to sweat the details. That bounty,
There's no
by the
official
way.
paperwork. There's no official paperwork, so at least we don't need to concern ourselves with the Empire guards on this fact. It's just less savory types would recognize it, so keep that in mind.
And you said this came from outside of the Empire.
No, it was from the Empire.
City.
I've never been outside the Empire. Well, I grew up outside the Empire, I suppose, but that's not...
The city, second, Mero Valley, was apparently Deerstock.
But... No, I'm from Deerstock.
Well,
I
you
haven't
seem
been
to
there...
have made a right amount.
How bad is Gunther lying or ignorant at this point is what I would like to find out.
Well, I'm not going to roll deception, so make of it what you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems genuinely surprised, though. Well...
So more ignorant. Perfect.
Or very good at pretending, one or the other. Very well. I just wanted to make sure we are all on the same page. If any of that gets in the way of what I am trying to do, I fully anticipate taking this artifact and redeeming my reward. If I come across you later on, I'll give you your compensation. Okay?
Yeah.
If you come across us.
Saying that bounty hunters catch up to you and want you. I'm not sneaking around to help you out.
Oh, right, okay. This is interesting.
If you don't hold up your end of the bargain, though, despite your perceived timetable, we're going to have an issue. Keep that in mind.
Let's try to ensure we do not have an issue. Anyways, I'm going to bring you on a tour of the landscape that we have procured for ourselves for you all to look at. Of course, it is right next door to the landscape that this artifact came from itself. So you're going to have to be a little sneaky to get a good look at it. Suppose any of you that have more knowledge about this, maybe there's something that you can uncover that you would like, okay? So place down your things, and let's get going. Tolsha and Clover, both of you have inside of your backpacks tall leg boots. They're boots that go almost all the way up to your knees, meant specifically for sloshing through environments like this.
Put them on. Yeah, I was gonna say Clover probably changing into those.
Tolsha, are you donning your perfect the mummy impersonation outfit, or
It'll be an outfit that's more suitable for this kind of situation. Yeah, so it's not as long and flowing. It's more.
All right, which
form-fitting.
mummy? This is very important.
one or two?
Tom Cruise one.
There's 4
No.
movies.
One or two. I didn't stutter. Just
Also counting the 1971.
Oh. Brandon Fraser. Those are
Okay.
the only ones I recognize.
So maybe maybe that outfit.
Already. So
I'll let everyone else.
head out.
You might want to be prepared for wet environments.
Okay. Like rain.
Swamp.
Yeah, hearing that, Lily takes something out of her bag, and it's a looks like it was probably something she may have been testing earlier after learning about the whole residuum in the veins thing way back in Pride's Call, and something she's maybe working on previously, and then she injects herself with it. And she's gonna I don't know if I can like do multiple of what's on this for alter self, but
You can choose one, and it's a concentration spell, so you maintain one.
okay. Yeah, she's basically, and it also oh yeah, change appearance is one of them. Yeah, she's doing the aquatic adaptation, but she's looking like now an aquatic Lara Croft version of Tolsha.
Okay, then. So, you all walk out of the tent and you head immediately eastwards, heading further into the ruins. The landscape around here is beautiful, but definitely looks like nature has overgrown on top of all of the society or culture that used to cultivate here. There are shattered buildings, rubble lying everywhere that has thick layers of moss, snow, and dirt covering most of it. You see there's many different patches and lined off areas with rope that have little colors painted along them to discern different people's locations, territories where they're allowed to be excavating and working in the hopes of getting whatever they want. As you are moving around, there is a large quantity of these Zemnian guards just patrolling, making sure everybody is acting in accordance with whatever limitations you are supposed to have. You get over to an area. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like as we walk, do paying like a little bit of attention to the troops of or the patrols. How many people guards are in each patrol, and like how many patrols does it seem like there are?
Individual patrols separated by about 100 feet or so, walking in rotations. So it's one or two people walking 100 feet apart from another one or two people patrolling the areas.
Clover see anything magical?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's more of a presence of the guard should deter people type of approach, not actively being a threat to individuals such as yourselves. To commoners, yes, they are a threat. But anyways, you get over to a landscape that looks like completely tilled over land that had some type of plow just cut all the way through this area. There's hefty hills on the left-hand side that your roping, which is discerned by orange, cuts off all the way up it. You see that there's a couple of static buildings nearby, but aside from that, this looks like it used to be an actual farmland that had like a little barn and a small cottage on it. Not anything that people would realistically purchase in the hopes of finding something grandiose. However, as you get over to the rope, he steps over the line, pulls out a necklace that has an orange band that goes all the way down, puts it over his head, hands you all necklaces as well. Here you go. This will tell everybody that you are allowed to be in this area. If you do not have this necklace, you will be arrested by one of the guards. Of course, you know how it goes. But yes, you said you are our archaeologist. Please take a look around, see if there is anything about these ruins that you can ascertain. If you need a bird's eye view, you can go up to the top of that hill. He leans in closely. Right on the other side of that hill is where their research site is as well. And yes, please look around, see if there's anything of note or curiosity.
Indeed. I'll start by actually walking around and get like a ground view and then go up the hill to get a more bird's eye. Looking for anything that would pique my interest using my background.
Please roll that ability.
Yeah, Lily would probably just be following Tulsha around.
So there's a few things of note that you can pick up from this farmland around here. This farmland that is over barren and over ruined seems to be maybe 120 years old, human construction. Given the very clear nature of like the tilling marks that move through the area, the richness of the soil, this was just farmland. Meant for the purposes of probably providing a large quantity of crops to individuals that were working some other location. The purpose of this farm was to provide food for the people who are working this site. It is definitely too large to be meant for a single family and too small to be meant for resale for profiteering as farmers. However, when you get over to the ropes, I need you to roll a stealth check to, blend in. I'm totally not looking at your land.
Session advantage.
Go for it. Wow. 19.
I mean, talk about confirming.
Pretty good stealth. You get up to the top of it and you look back where you see there's a couple of excavators who look over at you and they just wave. You definitely look like you're doing your job, which you are. But when you look out there, Tulsha, I'm going to bring you over to the other map and let you see what Tulsha sees. I know it's black right now. Oh, right. Right now it's daytime, so I can give you daylight mode. You look over the ledge, over the edge of this hill, and the climate is completely different. The swampy smell seems to be emanating specifically from their ruins. There's fallen towers that have runic markings on the side of it, and skeletons of gargantuan creatures lying out there, one of which you can easily tell is a creature that you did not think was indigenous to Wildemount, or at least the Empire's territory of it. A mammoth. Further past that, roll me a perception check, please.
It's a normal roll.
15. There's a lot more ruin further away stretching across. A lot more bones of creatures that are being tilled and brought out. Let me whisper something to you.
Amazing map, by the way.
Yep. I DM'd you in Roll20. On your 15, because you're doing your guidance for your stealth, you also see that there's an entrance to a cave all the way up to the north. That has a couple of miners out front of it dragging large portions of stone out from inside, presumably some type of collapse that they are helping to excavate in the area. And yeah, this looks completely different from your area and seems to be shrouded by the high hills on all sides of it. If you didn't have this exact point to look down on it, you would not see any of this by wandering around the campsites.
I see.
Okay. I'll bring you back over. Right, yep. As you can see, we have a good couple of acres of land for all of us to look at. And we're going to begin our work in the morning, of course. I'd like to sit down and have some drinks with you all and, learn more about the people that I am working with, of course. I suppose you all are happy with some Hammerhead?
Yes.
Gunther being a connoisseur, Hammerhead is a delicious brew that comes specifically from Rexentrum.
Yeah, that is good.
Very good. Well, let us head back unless you need to be here for a moment longer for any reason.
Not that I can think of. The only thing that might be interest is where the farmhouses stand, likely giving us a bit more of a detailed view into underneath the soil if it had a cellar.
Ah, yes, of course. It is completely flooded, but we can look into it tomorrow if you need.
Of course.
Gives you another look like, come on, you don't need to play the part that bad.
Hey, quick question, Joey.
The guy strikes you as a little impatient. This is not the DM. It's the guy is a little impatient.
Quick question. So where we're at and stuff when on the hill surveying things, and you said we have a view of the researching tent and stuff?
Only if you're specifically looking over it. Not the research tent. Their excavation site, not their tent.
Okay, well, but the tent's going to be in that general area, correct?
You saw no tent. Also, were you trying to look in that area as well, Lily? I apologize.
I did say that Lily would have been following Tulsha, and since I was she was proficient in history. If Tulsha was going to make any archaeologist history checks, Lily would attempt to help.
Right, but are you attempting to help her look the part like you're looking at this farmland, or are you attempting to sneakily look past you at what the Empire specific royal guards are excavating.
Yeah, I think Lily's not going to try to draw attention to herself today, so she's just foreshadowing Tulsha.
Okay. Unfortunately, with her background from being an archaeologist, there is nothing you could contribute that she wouldn't be able to naturally ascertain. Archaeologists have exactly one useful skill, and this is it. So you can help her come up with some of these things that she was like relaying, but there's no additional information that would have been withheld that a high roll would discern.
Okay.
They have one perk. That's literally it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Clover's face. Clover, you're looking over in their area as well. I need you to roll me a stealth check.
Oh, she's just looking at the mammoth.
Yeah, if you're looking in their area, you need to roll a stealth check not to draw attention to yourself.
She's
Or you're just blatantly looking.
She's
in which
blatantly
case-
looking at the mammoth. Like I
Alrighty.
wouldn't have even stealthed it normally.
Yeah, the guards are just like watching you. One of them whistles. Hey, this is private property. Don't look over here. Mind your own business. And it is an Imperial Guard, which you know has the authority to tell you to mind your own fucking business or go to jail.
I like your elephant.
Mind your business.
Lily will quickly kind of go to Clover and like basically kind of look like she's scolding her like an older sister, and then give an apologetic like wave at the guard before kind of trying to push Clover away.
All right.
If Liz in the same general area as Clover.
We're working as a group,
Yes,
aren't we?
you're-
So, yeah.
You are. Yeah, you can easily just move over, so no problem at all on that one. I need you to roll me a Actually, no. That's easy enough that they're far enough away. Yeah. The guards seem to be very protective of letting anybody know what they're looking at. But anyways, you all can leave the site, head back to your tent, organize whatever plans you wish to do, and you could do that either during break or when we get back from break. Your call. But we are going on break. Be right back. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump back in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are interested in supporting us. If you want to support us a little further, you can always do so by becoming a member here on our YouTube channel, or you can join our Patreon, listed down in the description below. Where last we left off, the party had made their way over to the ruins of Schattengrad very easily because I rolled exactly 55 on the percentile die, which is really aggravating, but it's okay. It's okay. Once there, you put on the facade that you are just arriving here in the ruins and looking for work that you are going to be doing, picking up a job from that excavator that you were already working with. You were able to see that he's already begun crafting you all paperwork to sneak you into Rexingtrim more easily and more legally, quote unquote. After investigating the site for a short period of time, Tolsha was able to instantaneously ascertain the nature of the farmland that was purchased beside the actual excavation site that you know should be, well, incredibly valuable. As she looked over there, she did look through and noticed that they had a lot of ancient bones to very old creatures that should not have come from this portion of Wildemount during eras that she would have been aware of. In addition to that, she noticed that there was a deep tunnel at the northern end of this area that seemed to go into the earth and maybe has even more secrets that can be uncovered down inside of it. Though everything was cut a little short when Clover just distractedly child mode and looked out there to notice the pretty elephant, and the guards were getting very snippy and snappy. And if it wasn't for Lily's quick thinking and disciplining, they may have stepped in and disciplined themselves. But after you've done your investigation, you're all brought back over to the tent where the excavator sits on top of one of the cots. So, what did you uncover?
That site is definitely ancient, and there's giant skeletons there of creatures that should not be on this continent. And I mean giant skeletons.
But regarding the site, though, the guards seem to be very high alert compared to the ones that are just patrolling around here. Very territorial.
Yes. From what I can tell, there's giant mammoths and several other half-buried giant skeletons, so along with what looks to be a mine or some kind of cave going deeper into the earth on that site. Likely, if you were to dig on the farmland, actually, there's a chance you could intersect with it and get into their site without them knowing.
That seems fairly dangerous. And the item we have in question, that we are looking for, is not there. It is inside of their facilities. They are they have their own little facilities and functions with multiple different groups that come and rotate their shifts to be constantly excavating the area. It's a little valley, maybe a half a mile away from us, where they take everything that is important over to that location and look through it.
I see, so...
I think the plan was tonight, one of us was going to go recon that area discreetly.
Joey, seeing as Clover grew up in the Empire and she just saw all those guards, what colors were like? What was the colors of the guards? Like their clothes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry, my mind went like, why? Those guards, they were adorned in silver and blues.
Silver and blues. Okay. Clover's I'm gonna start using disguise kit to make an outfit.
And I'm looking at the excavator. Just so you've been here involved in this for some time, yes? Or
I've been out here a few different times in the past month or so.
right?
Um,
Have there been any have they had to drive off any wild animals or anything nearby from time to time?
no, nothing like that. The animals seem to stay away from this area.
Okay.
Anything more than an insect or a small bird just doesn't seem to stick around here.
What about lizards?
There are very few lizards in the Empire. I don't even know what a lizard looks like.
Looks like that.
You show off your little lizard, just sits there.
Oh yes, you missed this. His name is Ringo.
That is very adorable. It's like a miniature dinosaur.
Quite.
PTSD flashbacks.
Just
A dinosaur. I've heard of those, but never seen. Aren't they supposed to be like all extinct?
Oh yeah,
No,
they don't
there's-
exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
I looked at Tolsha and Lily. It's like, should we tell them?
Lily also looks at Tolsha and just sees the PTSD playing across her face.
Well, I'm going to. I want to roll or maybe I would just know automatically, but I want to know what kind of animals would be sort of naturally found in this area.
Ooh, roll me a nature check.
And another.
Oh, I'll wait till you're done with the Gunther's thing.
Hares would be very common up here. All manners of more hardy birds that live in colder climates. Squirrels. It's about all you can think of off the top of your head.
Right. Maybe a hare. Hares are
And as
fast.
far as you're concerned, bears exist everywhere. You've never been
Of
to a place
course.
where you haven't seen a bear.
No. No place is bare of bears. Har.
Those bear bears.
Yeah.
Can't bear any of you anymore.
Right. Well, I could maybe turn into a small little bunny and run around, see if I could find anything interesting. Sneaky a little bit.
Gunther, I do not think that's a good idea because if these guards are hungry, they might just see dinner.
They're going to get more than they bargained for. But you have a point. But the idea was to not be seen. You know, I wouldn't go up to them like, "Hey, I am a bunny." It's,
I have a suggestion that remember on our previous planning we mentioned sacrificing that keg that we have for the greater good. I might be able to figure out a way to blend it in, but I still have some herbs that I picked up in the jungle.
Oh,
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That we get these guardsmen high from these herbs by drinking ale spiked with it.
Then you are thinking what I'm thinking.
well,
Sorry, I'm just picturing in my head what that's gonna look like with this if it works.
well. In my experience, these guards, especially those kinds, they are a bit. they're not that easy to lure into, drinking. They seem a bit more, what you call it, preoccupied with their duty than the other regular guards. They're a bit more fun, a little bit more.
At the very least, it could be used to. I didn't mean to click that. To spread among the other workers here, and they could cause a mass distraction.
Well, sure.
I mean, and the other thing too is it's not so much about duty as it is about boredom, because excavator, nothing serious has happened at these sites, right? In terms of an attack, correct?
There has not been any large attacks thus far. There was a while back, before I came here, a group of individuals who tried stepping into other people's landmarks. And the guards tried apprehending them alive, but when that did not work, they were met with 5 javelins in their back.
The guards or the individuals?
The individuals.
Right. Well, one of the
These are
things
not
that-
common streets of the Empire. This is a place that the Empire wants to protect as much as possible.
One of the things that I often heard about from the Lyceum guards is that the worst part of everything is just the waiting. So it's been a while since that happened, and they would be looking for something to do that's fun, or to pass the time. And I figure ale would probably help with that.
Lyceum guards. Are you from Tal'Dorei?
So I forgot that we never revealed any of that shit. That's on me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of a convincing lie now.
I think I have heard of that. Maybe. Is that not the? Yes, it's the other. They have the conflicts, the war.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
said
who they are?
Lycian.
Deception check, disadvantage.
Dude, you need to learn what to seek.
Hey,
Just get a
he's
sticky
the
note.
one asking.
Don't mention Tal'Dorei.
He's the one asking us for help.
There's a reason I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I still have to roll his insight. He's at a plus
Nat
1.
one. Nat 1.
Oh,
Okay, 11.
I don't know anything about all that, but it's not important, is it? Can't we all? Let's get on with this plan.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we
So-
have we have a weapon of mass distraction, and we have some people with sneaking abilities and that illusion thing. I can make
we
some
have-
fog.
I mean, fog would definitely be helpful, especially at night.
Yes. It's quite thick fog. Not so easy to look through.
Well, I'll leave the planning and heist portion to all of you. These guards, though, they are not your typical guards. I'm not sure what guards you have encountered before, but at least here in the Empire, they are very duty-bound to their task and believe that what they are doing is for the greater good. Maybe you get lucky and one of them is not like that, but the vast majority of Crown's guards are like that. That's why people in my line of work typically try not to deal with them.
Joey, is it okay if Lily rolls an insight check on the excavator about the stuff she revealed?
Sure, go for it.
Well, shit.
10. It's difficult to read.
Can I roll insight as well?
Sure.
Because I kind of realized how bad Lily fucked up there.
Yeah, no, that was the player mainly fucking up rather than Lily.
I mean, it happens. You can't retcon everything. 21. He seems to be analyzing this information and wondering how much he can trust you.
Okay.
You've definitely pushed him further away from good graces standing.
Gonna fuck it, yeah, let's do. Yes, we need to figure out the way to. Well, if you do, we go with that idea of spiking the ale. It will cause a distraction among the working population here. Not one that would drunk and disorderly, but more of
Lackadaisical?
yes, and probably less caring for the rules, which could cause more crowds to come here to make sure they don't wander into their site.
I mean, if anything, we could probably use that as once they've indulged, we could say, hey, there's more of that over at that site that they're giving away.
That too.
But for now, let's focus on, I guess, reconnaissance first, and then we'll figure out the hows.
Indeed.
Right. Million, right. You're a little lizard. Can you control him, like, exactly where he goes and such?
What did you call me?
I called you Miriam. Isn't that your name?
Yes. Yes, I can direct him where to go. I also can see through his eyes for an extended distance.
Well, I can do the same, but with free distance, you know. So if you tell your little lizard to go look around, I could look through his eyes without having to be too close.
Interesting.
Shall we start by doing that maybe and just see what's there? And
We will have to be careful. If a guard decides he wants to stab at him, he'll have to flee. He's not that durable.
well, can't you just get a new lizard?
He will poof in a puff of sprinkles.
Oh,
Marion, I've got that covered.
Pulls out another armband, but it looks like it's like the size that it could fit around the lizard's waist.
Can you give a familiar a magic item? Is that a thing that we can do?
Well, no, it's not a magic. It's the
This is
spell.
her spell cast.
Oh, sorry.
It's
sorry.
her version of this. It's reflavoring. You're good.
Artificers!
Yeah. You're good. No, that's Lily's just flavoring her casting of spells with items.
Gotcha. Yes, that might. How long does. Is it just the normal invisibility?
Yes,
All right.
it'll last an hour.
We have an hour, and we can have him search anything within about 100-foot radius of where we are within that hour.
Meaning we'll have to get closer to their site.
No, I mean you could just if you can tell him that. I mean, I'm not sure how smart this lizard is, but if you can tell him to go that way and look around, I can look through his eyes without having to be too close, and I can just say to you what I see.
I mean, he is really good at learning quickly. Watch. Ringo, play dead.
And Lily gives an order to Rango to play dead, and
Ringo just sits there on Miriam's shoulder, blinking one eye at a time. He's not smart. He's a lizard.
well, no, he's a familiar, but yeah.
He's learning. He's learning.
Okay, so let's do this when it's a little bit darker then.
Thankfully, he does have dark vision.
Okay, and let's find the. Are we in the tent now?
Yeah, you've all been in the tent speaking.
Right. Yep. Okay, so I mean, and what's the time of night now? Is it night yet, or is it like evening?
At this point, it is dusk. You showed up pretty late in the afternoon, and doing all of your examinations and playing your facade has taken up a little bit of time.
So, excavator. I never get that word right. Is it? They must have like some kind of change of the guards, right? Do you know when that is?
Yeah. They have shift changes every 12 hours or so. Noon and midnight.
Oh, okay. So maybe we do it at midnight.
Just before midnight.
Right.
Because just before midnight is when people are most likely to be relaxed as the end of their shift is coming.
Right. Okay then. So let's. Are we not using the ales today then? But maybe tomorrow.
I'll need to spend some time to refine some of the herb.
Okay.
Can I use Poisoner's Kit to get the extract out of the herb?
Like the MSG out of the marijuana. Is that the right thing?
The THC.
What's the effect the herb gives? What's the effect the herb does?
Well, it's the herbs that Blueberry gave us.
Okay. I was a little confused for that. That would be herbalism, not poisoners. Marijuana is an herb.
Herbs.
I've got alchemist, but I don't have herbalism. Shit.
I mean, it doesn't take much. You just gotta grind it up and.
Anyone has some cheesecloth?
Just sprinkle it in there.
I mean, you can attempt a wisdom check to see if you can figure out how to extract it effectively. But it's not a poison. It is herbalism. Also, Gunther, you have a viewer inspiration thanks to Helen. Thank you, Helen.
Oh, so much inspiration today.
Yeah,
I need to use some of it sometime.
Yeah. Well, these don't expire. These two don't expire, so.
Right, okay.
Remember, the viewer inspiration can be a retroactive reroll. The DM inspiration is just a typical inspiration that doesn't expire.
Quick question, Joey. So we're planning this before midnight. How long till we have before then?
3 days.
Yeah. So it's dusk. 4 hours. 5 hours. 5 hours.
Okay, so not long enough for a long rest, but definitely enough for a short rest.
Yeah.
And that Tolsha already rolled. I was gonna say, could I help Tolsha? But
I mean, do you have a skill that could be applied for helping on this?
well, I was thinking the alchemist, but because
Alchemy is completely different from
Okay.
herbalism and poisoners.
Wait,
Poisoners
would-
at least has like some overlap.
Would nature work instead of wisdom check?
No.
Okay.
Ooh, I have proficiency in medicine. Would that help at all?
Yeah, this shit's medicinal. You could help Tolsha.
All right, roll again, Tulsha, because it's probably better than mine.
Okay. So just wisdom check. Okay. Better than that one. Come on.
Yeah, it's better.
Hey. Why didn't guide yourself too?
I don't think you can guide on a wisdom check. I
It's
think
all
guidance is
ability checks. This is an ability check.
Oh.
But
Then-
yeah, you're guiding yourself. Yeah, okay. So, anyways, 23. You successfully heat up whatever amount of herbs are accessible to you to the point where the herbs begin sweating a little bit, and then you grind all of that into a very fine powder and heat it up even further past that, just on the verge of where it would start burning it, so that you can use this fine powder, mix it in with something else, very easily warm that up like the ale, and then when it cools down, it should have a very similar effect to THC being directly imbued into your alcoholic beverage. But now, to infuse it into the ale, you need somebody who's proficient in, that. Brewer supplies. Anyone here proficient in brewer supplies?
Should be, but I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I'm a mason.
Damn. Clover, any chance? I know, just
No, Clover is good at certain things, not this.
How can be similar to brewers?
Actually, yeah, that seems like there'd be some overlap there. Come on.
An alchemical? Okay, I'll allow alchemicals
Fermenting.
utilizing wisdom. Yeah. Alchemical utilizing wisdom.
Yeah.
I was thinking while they're doing this, I want to go around and like mingle with some of the workers and just get to know some of them a little bit, and just being jovial.
Roll me a persuasion roll. Let's see how likable you are with all of them.
All right. Would I have rustic hospitality? Would that help in any way with this? Maybe.
It absolutely would. Roll advantage. They would give you shelter and all of that, but let's see how much you can coax out of them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get like on the good side of the workers, and So.
Oh wow.
I've rolled shit all day.
Yeah, I've noticed. Well, it's not like you have free rerolls or anything, so. Anyway.
Well, do I with that inspiration?
The viewer inspiration, it allows you to retroactively reroll if you want to use it.
Oh, okay.
But it's only
I'll
one more
use it.
roll if you want to use it. All right, you have to say thank you to who gave it to you.
Thank you very much. Helen, was it?
Helen,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, I'll use that then. And can I use guidance on this, maybe?
This is a sustained event, so
Yeah.
it's kind of the same as stealthing. You can't really
All right.
They would see you like, okay, help me. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
makes sense. Yeah.
5. All right.
Yeah.
So
This
your
is not meant
high
to
roll
be.
of 8. Yeah. Sorry. High roll of 8. I mean, they like you. They'll let you hang out. They'll drink with you using their own ale and stuff. But they're not really. They're not overly hospitable to you. They're just being
All right.
like passively, yeah, dude, you can hang out, sit down, play some cards, anything like that, you know? They're not sneaking
Yep.
you in anywhere, but is there anything you would like to ask a couple of them? You notice a lot of the miners are human. There's quite a few dwarven ones as well out here. So is there anything you would like to ask them about? They're not helping you with things, but you can ask them simple questions and they can accommodate you.
No, I don't really have any other intention behind this but just getting like to know some of them and hopefully getting them to trust me maybe a little bit.
I mean, yeah, they trust you as a good person, but they're not trusting you with their information because they think they have the Holy Grail and they want to get it.
Yeah.
Roll me an insight check, actually.
What is?
Roll me 100 d20s. Like just God, that's 9 rolls, and like only one of them was above a 5. Or a 7.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody here seems very protective over their like dealings, what they found so far, and everybody seems to be questioning about like, hey, what are you finding? But nobody's revealing it. It's all very like hush hush secret, you know, type of deals.
Yep.
But there's nothing else to discern as far as you can tell.
All right.
Oh wow, that was significantly below average. Wow.
Not
The
that-
Bernie luck
Oh,
is
no, no, no.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, anyways, during this time, Tolsha, you're trying to imbue your toxins into the keg. I'm gonna say the DC is gonna be around a 10 for what you have accomplished, Tulsa. To see if they get like stupid giggly or like maybe they just get a portion of it that it's not perfectly, you know, imbued into.
Okay.
It's actually
Lily,
very
do-
difficult to combine THC into alcohol. Just as
Oh, you mean the alchemist supply one?
Yeah.
I already rolled that before and I didn't roll great, but I did beat a 10. It's a
Yeah, I saw what you rolled. I'm telling you the DC is going to be around 10. Just the combined nature of what you were trying to accomplish.
Okay.
So, during this time, Miriam, Clover, John, are you doing anything?
Clover's making her making a disguise, and she's making fake paperwork to be there.
Oh, you have
Forgery kit and
Efficiency.
disguise kit. Yeah.
ooh,
Background,
roll me your
baby.
disguise and roll me your forgery.
Okay. Okay.
Clover with that, I guess.
You're helping with it? Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Okay. What should I be utilizing? Intelligence, wisdom.
Charisma for the kit for the disguise. And no, you're from here, so intelligence wouldn't apply. You would know what the paperwork needs to look like. Charisma for the other one as well.
22.
You have
I'll add
advantage?
guidance.
Oh yeah, he helped.
I'll add guidance because she'll use guidance on herself. I guess you can't really use guidance on yourself, can you?
Yeah, you can. It's just like when you're doing something in front of other people, guidancing is kind of like a deterrent. Like, what are you doing that magic fancy stuff for?
Okay.
So 24. 22 was better. Ooh, ooh.
22. Okay, and then the forgery
Exactly.
kit, you said it would be intelligence?
I said charisma.
Charisma?
Intelligence
oh, wow.
is if you wouldn't know what the paperwork would need to look like, but you know what the paperwork needs to look like.
21. Let's add guidance. RD4. 25.
All right. What was the outfit that you constructed
She
over
was
the next
making
4 hours or so?
She was making nun robes in the imperial colors with the symbol of Ioun on it, and the paperwork was going to
Ioun
be
is not a legally worshipped
IOUN.
here.
I thought that was. but no,
Ioun
that-
is not. It is not a publicly worshipped figure anywhere in the world because the agents that want to kill Ioun go after those that wear it.
Yeah. In fact,
what?
they're actively hunted.
I thought it was the
Yeah.
gods allowed in the empire. That was one of them.
No, it's
She's
no.
allowed, but nobody openly worships because you would be hunted by the agents that go against her. She's the knowing mistress, the one who has to hide in secrecy. We had an entire story arc about her last game.
Sorry, I haven't caught up all the way on that. I guess different goddess son. God or
Lawbringer?
goddess. Yeah, lawbringer. You can do that.
The lawbearer? Yeah. You're very familiar with the lawbearer by this point, so yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, no, you
lawbearer.
wouldn't be. Sorry, different character. Yeah, lawbearer is fine. You can definitely wear that one.
Okay. And she would
All right,
make
yeah,
it look
you
like,
look passingly like a priestess of the lawbearer.
and should put the imperial symbol on it to be like a chaplain type thing, like somebody that would speak religiously for military. That's how she's planning on getting in there.
Good. And then your paperwork is to make you look like an official member of
Official
that church,
member of
I
it
assume.
and being ordered to be down there to provide religious help in any way, just the way to get in, essentially.
All right. You do have to create a fake holy symbol, and holy symbols are 15 GP each. So remove that equivalent worth of gold or silver to construct it. Your disguise kit would have that, or forgery kit would have the necessary miniature crucible to make what you need.
Okay, I'll take out 15 gold.
Yeah, disguise kits are fucking good. Anyways, you have that outfit. You now look like a proper priestess, though admittedly a very young one.
They don't know how old they take them into this cloister. Okay. We'll see. She's happy with that. Thank you for the help, John. I appreciate that.
There's a pocket in the back if you need it.
Good. She's gonna smile.
So, Gunther, you carouse for a few hours. You come back, and Clover looks like a priestess.
Well, I've seen that before, so. You're like, well, hey, how's it going, Clover?
It's going
luck
good.
Today?
Yeah, I have a few things. I want to see that mammoth, but I think I can get in there tomorrow pretty easily. I don't think I'll have to sneak. But
I've been feeling really unlucky today, but maybe it's just one of those days, I suppose.
well, let's turn that right. She's gonna pull out her coin and put it in your hand. Flip it. Roll D2.
Okay. I'll flip it.
One, it's bad luck. Two, it's Clover gets all your good luck.
Yeah. I just got a bunch of pop-ups here. Okay. 1d2.
Looks like your luck's turning around. She's gonna say and takes the coin back.
Okay. If I could, I thank you, goddess of. What was the name of? Is it just goddess of luck?
Oh, we just call her Lady Luck.
Lady Luck, right? Thank you, Lady Luck. And I look over at Miriam. Okay, so shall we get this lizard on the road, as it were? Oh, show on the lizard. What is it you say again? Get the lizard on the show? No.
Close enough.
Right.
And I put down Ringo, and I guess wait for him to try to connect with Ringo. I don't know what he's doing actually.
Yeah, I'm just kneeling down in front of the lizard, and I'll pick him up, and for 10 minutes, as I ritually cast Beast Sense, just stare into his eyes.
And
He
just
stares
occasionally
back
Ringo
on
just
blinking.
I thought Ringo would just stare back and do the single blink guide again.
While
And
he's
then
doing this for 10 minutes, I'm going to connect my consciousness so we both can connect consciousnesses to each other. I
Well,
want to see if that works. Can we talk to each other through my lizard?
yeah, there's no
Three-way
telepathy
intercom?
or anything. It's just I can see through Ringo's eyes and ears.
Gotcha.
Oh, I can't see through
You
his
gain
ears,
all
but-
of his senses. So to get
Yeah.
it out of the way mechanically, Miriam, if you are looking through his senses or communicate anything to him telepathically, Gunther will receive that. That's how it
Okay.
works.
Okay.
Okay.
three-way intercom call where only one of you can output, but both of you have input. Or
Yeah.
both of you have input, one of you has output. There we go.
Sounds like a 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, but it,
So
yeah, it
good.
works sort of like it's like the familiar thing, only without the range limitation.
Mm.
So
All right.
Ringo is
So I'll
currently
just-
looking at both of you at the same time, one eye in either direction.
and I'll just sit back with my eyes closed. And, okay, so I can see through his ears, but I can't. I can speak to you guys, but I can't hear anything you say. Except now I can because he is in the room.
So I will not be able to hear or see anything while I do this and direct him. So you have two blind and deaf giants. Have fun with that. And I
Right.
link up with Ringo and we tell him to get. So let's go to this tent.
Wait. And
Lily is sorry, my thing zoomed in when I didn't want it to. Lily goes over, puts an armband around Ringo's. Lizards don't
Tail.
have waists, but belly.
All right. For the time being, Ilvorn, I'm giving you access to Ringo's sheet so you can see that area as well.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
We have layers to this onion, y'all. We have layers to this onion.
He's
All
very
right.
slow, unfortunately.
Myriad. Yeah, but he can climb.
What happens if I
And-
see through Miriam's senses while
Ooh.
he's seeing through Ringo's senses?
Actually, before he leaves, then if he's really slow, I can cast Long Strider on the lizard, so I'll do that.
I forget what does his long strider do?
10
Additional
feet
10 feet
extra
of
movement. Yeah, and it's not concentration, so it's
Good, perfect. He
Yeah.
can walk like a normal person.
You know what?
It's fast
To
lizard.
make it
One of the
faster,
fastest lizards now.
I'm gonna cast haste on Ringo.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
Will be
Yeah.
incapacitated at the end of the first minute.
No. He's not incapacitated. Just he can't move for 6 seconds.
That's too much.
The lizard has the zoomies.
So. Lizard has zoomies. Anyways. I need you to roll me a stealth check with Ringo. If you're turning him invisible, he has advantage on this. It'll be a straight dexterity. Since I don't think
Okay.
lizards are proficient in stealth.
They are not proficient in anything.
Correct.
$19. Pretty good for a lizard.
Pretty good. So, the lizard goes over towards the area that the excavator had pointed out to all of you. Would be the location that their encampment starts. Apparently, there is a valley with multiple different large hills that sheerly drop off where they position all of their personal miners, all of their personal guards, and everything over there in order to better keep track and watch of everything that happens. You have complete control over your lizard down here.
Okay.
You should be able to see everything the lizard sees, correct?
Yes, I can.
The lizard has dark vision out to a range of 30 feet.
Yes, he does. Unfortunately, I cannot cast mage armor on the lizard.
No, you cannot.
I mean, on the bright
Technically you
side, you're
could,
doing this
actually.
at night, and these guards are human, so
Actually, you can cast mage armor on the lizard,
Wait, I can?
unless it states humanoid.
Let's look at mage armor. Let's double
oh no,
check
it does
that.
say. I think it does say creature because it's
Willing
yeah,
creature is not wearing armor.
Your lizard
All
has
right,
the AC.
let's give this lizard.
This is the most
AC of
badass lizard
13.
in the world, next to Kuma. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if anything, this is Kuma's ancient rival right now.
yeah.
All right, so he's got an AC of 13 for the next 8 hours.
badass lizard.
All
Anyways,
right.
you can start venturing around.
Okay. Do you want me to go in like full 30 feet block movements or something?
Yeah. Move in
Okay.
intervals that are 30 feet or less.
Oh, that's a cliff.
Yes, it is.
I'm getting tagged on the geometry. Sorry. Hmm. 20. I'm gonna. Ooh. Okay. So that's 20. So I'm gonna use my. I was gonna just say I'm gonna use the last 10 of movement to climb up on this wall. So I'm like climbing behind him.
Yep. Your lizard climbs onto the wall, and you see that there is a sole dwarven miner sitting out here, washing his hands and bathing out of a bucket. Apparently, he just got done a long shift and is just cleaning himself up right now and enjoying the privacy and the night's fresh, crisp air.
All right. So that 10 feet would have gotten me here, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how like shadows are working on this. So
Dynamic lighting is wonky on this map. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 5, 10, 15.
This walkway seems to venture into two different directions, one heading a bit more northwards and another heading more towards the west. You also take note that previous pathway you crossed, your lizard fits down it no problem. You imagine some of your heftier companions would have difficulty moving through it. Not impossible, but difficult.
Gotcha. All right, that's 15. Gonna use another 5 and crawl over to this wall on the right. 25, 30, I think. I think that's 30.
Yeah, that's 30. All right. Keep venturing up this walkway.
10. Another dwarf. 15, 20, 25, 30.
So
just applies.
You did cross by a dwarf who was sitting over here, just kind of looking down at the ground, relaxing after a very long, tedious day. He looks exhausted from physical labor.
Gotcha.
This area directly in front of you, I'd like you to roll me a perception check to see what you see.
Ooh.
Can I roll as well?
Both of you. Yeah.
It's with my stats. Okay.
Yeah, it's your stats that you're perceiving. You're just
my
able
stats
to
are probably
through
worse.
The creature.
Yeah.
Probably. Gunther's are
Actually,
not.
No, I'm. Perception.
Hey, there we go. You just had to be a lizard for you to roll good. That's all.
Yeah.
12. Actually, I'll just say what Gunther sees because I imagine he's probably just going to share it. Gunther.
Yeah.
This seems to be a large stockpile of crates and barrels of items that they are presumably bringing back with them when they head back to town. These are all properly sealed, all of them very heavy, but also very clean, which suggests they had things brought over and then moved them inside of it. In particular, there is one crate over here that has a very royal imperial seal on it, and it is branded, being appointed to apparently ownership of King Dwindle.
Uh-oh.
So I'll just
Okay.
with my eyes still closed. So there's some kind of box belonging to a king dwindle. That sounds interesting. Maybe we should steal that instead.
So 20 feet of movement going towards that box. Can he see? Are there any gapes in like the wood to like see what this is?
Inside of the crate, roll an investigation roll using the lizard stats. He has to
Ooh,
investigate.
investigation is intelligence. That's not good.
Not for lizards.
Does lizard get session inspiration?
It could use yours.
All right, let's go. -5.
Quick question,
Let's
Joey.
go.
10.
It's not bad for a lizard.
No.
Being such a small creature, it does actually find a splinter in the wood that it can crawl inside of and look inside. When it looks in there, it sees the silhouette of some type of statue in here that resembles that of an owl.
Statue of an owl.
Our statue.
And what were you asking, Lily?
Well, I was just going to ask: is the lizard still within the 100 feet of Miriam for his telepathic whatever stuff?
No, at this point it would be too far away for that.
Okay, because I was going to try to rules lawyer and if it was.
No, it's too far away for that. He can see through it, but he can't do anything else.
Can't command anymore.
He can't actively like tell it where to look.
He can't. Gunther can. Well, no, Gunther can't. Gunther can only see.
No.
That's right.
Yep. And now until the lizard gets back into range.
Alrighty. So, you may continue sleuthing as a lizard.
Wait, I can still command them when they're past the 100-foot range?
Well, your lizard, you gave it an initial command. It will continue to pursue it, which was
Right.
look around the area and don't get caught. So it
Got
can
it.
still
Okay.
look around the area and hopefully not get caught.
Okay. All right, he's gonna climb out of the box. All right, and another continuing on the wall. Gonna be like higher on the wall because no one ever looks up. The lizard would know that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This wall. Oh my. So many people.
Mm-hmm. It comes across another encampment, but this seems to be a resting site for a couple of the miners. You see that there is an Imperial scout and one of the Crown's soldiers walking around, just patrolling the area actively. Further past that, thanks to the glow of the embering lights, you see that there is a pathway that leads into a larger congregation of all of these soldiers and individuals that is being actively guarded by 2 of the Crown's soldiers, taking up the width of that pathway itself.
Thankfully, lizard can climb and is invisible.
And speedy.
Go, lizard, go.
Wizard lizard.
Sneak around over here. Well, I'm gonna put that there so I can actually see. But he's on the wall.
Yes, of course. He scoots around to the other side, and you see a very large grouping of tents and campsite for many individuals. You see 2 of the much more sturdy, much more aware dwarven excavators are sitting there drinking late into the evening. And in one of the tents walks out a mage, Zemnian in nature, who steps out, currently reading through a very old tome, and approaches over towards one of the excavators. Uh, so, I have another question for you. Yep, what are you looking for? Uh, while you were down there, did you come across any purple haze or anything such as that that would have made the people act how they did? Nope, nothing like that. Very curious. Any shifts in the shadows or anything else like that? Shift in shadow. Yeah, shadows move when the torchlight moves around it. All right, that's fine. This is becoming very aggravating. How much longer are we going to be stuck here before I can go back to doing my job? Honestly, I'd rather be risking life and limb than talking to you. You should count yourself lucky that you do have life and limb to still risk, but you are not done serving your purpose by speaking to me. And again, only the two of you touched the artifact, correct? Yes, only the two of us. Very good. He walks back into his tent and buttons it up in order to keep it secluded from everybody.
Feet over there. Since it's a tent, I assume it's still like it's got that lip at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's the guy who's supposed to have it. He's gonna take a peek inside the tent.
Okay. The lizard pops his head underneath the tent. I would like both of you to roll me perception checks, please.
12.
6.
There it is. Yep. It's much brighter on the inside of this tent than everywhere else you've been so far, so it makes it a little difficult for you to look around. There appears to be a desk, and positioned on this desk on top of a very small platform appears to be this oddly shaped glass object that has platinum and silver trimming all around it and two handles on either side. The glass panels have a slightly smoky essence to it that almost looks like the smoke inside is drifting around lackadaisically from one end to the other. Though there appears to be no safe way for your lizard to go over there. There's piles of paper all over the place, books that if the lizard steps on them would probably crinkle and make noise.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a real question. Can I tell through the lizard's eyes? Can I make an Arcana check based on this like looking glass I'm looking through at it?
On a 12, no. You would need a
Okay.
much better look at it to theorize anything.
All right. Well, we know it's at the tent. Ringo's gonna pop back out of the tent and continue looking around to see if there's the rest of this cave.
Okay, have it continue traveling. It does notice that there is another entryway over here to the north that only one guard is positioned at, but it's a much more narrow pathway.
Even like upward.
Yeah, up here.
No, I meant like from this wall going, like how high up does to the ceiling?
Oh, it goes way, way, way up. It's just, that's not the area you guys will be able to traverse across.
Gotcha.
the high ground is actively being patrolled by other guards up there as well. The valley is low enough down that you could move through without being seen or heard, so long as you maintain being quiet, but if you tried going from up top, there would be direct line of sight, unless all of you were invisible, from anybody patrolling at the top of the valley. Which there are people patrolling.
All right. 5, 10, 15. Is this a dead end or does it keep going?
It continues going up to a flat wall that goes all the way up to the top and looks easily scaled, but also very out of the way of everything else.
All right. That's... Okay. All right, he's just, all right, that's the end. He's just gonna double back the way he came and go. It's in the wall.
Alrighty. So now he's just heading back?
He's gonna head back, but on the other end to see if there's like another path he missed. That makes sense.
Okay. Have it traverse around and see if there's anything it missed. Or have the lizard roll an investigation. Let's make this easier.
Okay. It ain't gonna be good.
No.
9.
9! Not bad for a lizard. It doesn't notice anything else, unfortunately.
All right, so I'll just grab Ringo back to us then.
All right, I'll bring you back over to everybody else. Bloop. And bloop. Let me move Ringo off of that map.
Hey, Joey, did you
So-
get my message?
No, I was handling what was actively happening. Let me look. Oh, yeah. During this time, apparently 2 of you are going to be having a little roleplay moment. So, go right ahead.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that while the lizard recon's happening, this is also still when Tolsha and Lily are working on the drugging up the ale a little bit. And as they're kind of working together to do this, Lily's just going to kind of look to Tolsha.
So, what's your game, Tolsha?
What do you mean?
I mean, the last few days you've been nothing but nice, and you've actually been asking me about Misty and how and all that. Are you trying to just like figure out my secrets on how to do this? Are you?
No, it just kind of dawned on me that I really don't know much about what you do or how you do it, or even really much about you, even though we've been traveling for a few months. I wanted to try and get to know you better.
Well, I guess first off, sorry for what happened a couple days ago. I'm assuming that both of us got really what me and my dragonborn call white dragon wasted. You know, sorry. I'm not gonna push to see what happened during that time, but I'm sorry of whatever happened that we will maybe may not discuss or even remember, and keep it that way.
That's
This second thing is, I'm sorry for how I acted after you took some of my blood. I mean, I'm not forgiving you what you did, like the way you did it, but I get the reasoning that you had for doing it, and it's you had the best intentions.
I understand how you reacted now that I thought back on it. I should have been more mindful of myself. That honestly wasn't my fault for doing it the way I did.
It's no, you didn't know. I told you before that happened and stuff. You were one of the people I trusted the most of our little family unit, and I mean, you're sort of getting back there a bit. It's just I've been hurt before by some people that I thought I could trust, and I brought it up again with earlier with, like, you know, I tried to trust Johnson and he was evil. I tried to trust. I actually made a whole list. I made a whole list about this. Give me a second. Da-da-da-da-da. Shale, I trusted Shale. I thought I could depend on her, and she left, and it all goes back to just this one time where I trusted someone and I lost everything that was really important to me at that time, and that's why.
I can understand your fear of that then. But
yeah.
You don't have to worry about that with me or even with Miriam, I bet. I have no intentions of leaving you guys. And is that kind of how you got the scar there?
Lily instinctively like reaches to like touch where her scar is at.
Yeah, like I said, I lost a lot of things that were important to me because of it, and I want to trust you, Tulsha. I really do. And then Lily will, after like hearing what Tulsha said and stuff, before she's like tearing up, and she's just kind of like awkwardly like kind of fidgeting.
Well, I know it might take some time for you to trust me again, but I honestly do care about you as a sister, Lily. And I can get that disappointment and trusting someone and then having it broken is a hard thing for anyone, but I hope you'll be able to trust me again. And as for Johnson, well, my mom always made a joke that honestly was just bad, but it's still funny. Where or it doesn't really hit the same, but it was if he can't appreciate your fruit jokes, you need to let that man go.
I guess. I mean, is it really so hard to find a nice, like, buff Minotaur guy who's like, probably like, packing some heat, so to speak? Is it like, is that so hard to ask?
I don't know, honestly.
I mean, the only reason I can actually comfortably talk about that right now is because those two can't hear a damn thing.
Gestures to Gunther and Miriam, who are in the same room, I assume.
Oh yeah, all of you are in the same room. Yeah.
Yeah, and if John says anything, I'll just straight up kill him. And I don't really worry about Clover so much.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I guess the one bright thing is, well, we're still here, and it actually would have been quite interesting had we gone back to meet our folks, since Shale's father was, or is, a Minotaur, so that would have been funny.
I mean, I might have made that awkward by asking if he was still single, but it's can I call you sis?
Of course.
Yeah, and then Lily's like straight up crying now, and she goes over and hugs Tolsha.
Hug her in return. As I know that was hard for her to just admit all that.
Yeah. Then you hear a little.
Oh God! Oh God!
As she smells Gunther's fart from earlier, and it just small, but then that like it slowly gets worse.
Oh, what has that man been eating?
I don't know, but if you were to bottle that, I'm sure you could sell it as a weapon.
Oh God! I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. Oh my gosh!
Are you sure?
Where's the fan? Where's the fan?
And that's I'm done with RP. If you wanted to end it there.
All right. Couple of more minutes go by. You have time to settle down before Marion and Gunther pop back into their own senses.
Oh yeah, Gunther. When you and Marion pop back in, Lily's got some nose plugs in.
Gunther just blinks his eyes a few times and wipes them. That's a little bit weird. Still, it's not that. Well, it was a bit interesting though. Oh, what happened in here?
Oh, nothing much. You just finished our stuff. What did you find?
What happened to your nose? Did you hit your nose?
Marion. Now you smell it, Marion. It's a lingerer.
What is that smell?
I have no idea.
Well, you have no idea. You don't know the source of it at all.
Well, no. Why would I? I was looking over at through Ringo, and he's not here, so.
He'll be back soon. All right. So they have about maybe about 10 or so guards, Crom's guards. And Ringo found what appeared to be a storage area, and there was a crate marked to King Dwendal.
Right, and that was some weird kind of thing inside it, right?
Some sort of statue. Appeared to be an owl. Like,
Oh, all right. Yes, in that box. Yes, there was an owl statue.
We think we've seen the artifact. We weren't able to get to that close, but
Oh, and that person, I think that may have been the other, the archaeologist who spoke to the dwarves. He said, what? He said something about the. They had touched it.
right.
The dwarves touched it, and he was afraid of something that could happen to them.
Something about haze or shadow moving.
Right. Purple rain? No, it wasn't. No, yes, haze. That's the purple haze, he said.
We weren't able to get a clear picture look at it, but it appeared to be having casings of platinum and silver with handles on it.
Can you describe it a bit more?
And Lily will start kind of sketching how you describe it.
Yeah, we'll just give the nines of it's like it was spherical, right? We could tell that much.
It had edges to it, though it was almost rounded off. You didn't know exactly how many sides it had.
And the inside was like swirling, that had like a resting and then an active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
smoky like swirl.
It had two sides, I believe, the inside and the outside.
As Lily's sketching it down and describing it, does it ring any bells for me?
For you?
What it could possibly be, like through Arcana or religion?
No.
I think she means like an
You've
artifact
never
kind of
encountered-
archaeology.
Yeah, you've never encountered anything like that before in your life.
Any
Too
no
far
stars?
west.
Okay.
What about Lilia?
There
She is
is
proficient.
no
in,
skill check. Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't seen that. No.
She's
Go ahead,
proficient in
Lily.
history because she
Oh, yeah?
probably studied stuff. Is there anything she may have read
Yeah.
that matches this description?
No.
Okay.
I'll allow you both to roll me Arcana checks.
Okay. And by both you mean Lily and I?
Yeah, because you two are bringing it up. Nothing either of you have ever encountered that you know for pretty certain.
No idea.
Quick question, Joey. Is the excavator inside the in the tent right now?
You have no idea. Oh, you mean the excavator in your tent? Yes, he's
Yeah.
been sitting here the whole time.
Okay.
I also tell everyone about that, the side path that's like hard to get into, but led us all the way around to the storage room.
Well, I think that's a lot of good information we have, and we can probably come up with a way to deal with that tomorrow night. What do you say?
Sure.
Oh, Amir, can I talk to you in private real quick? Just, I wanted to ask you something.
All right.
And I mean, I was gonna hold off on that until everyone else did what they want to do too.
What's everyone else want to do?
Gunther's trying to find a comfortable place to sleep.
Let's say
There
the
is a cot
outfits,
already set up.
Right.
Yeah, Clover.
yeah, if the outfits and the forged documents done, she's just gonna find a place to sleep. Did they say anyone's name?
Uh, in the inside, no, I don't think so. They didn't say the dwarf's name.
Okay, I'll just say she's gonna put that she was sent an order of the king then.
Right.
That's it. Yeah. And she's also going to bed.
Or is there a chance like we overheard any names being spoken by the guards if they were like chattering or anything?
One more perception check.
All right.
Both of you.
21.
Okay. There was one name mentioned by the mage in the tent under his breath as you were leaving. And the name also comes with a small thing he mentioned. Fritz. Fritz needs to know about this. Fritz.
Right. Yeah, there was one name, Clover. Fritz. One of the the wizard guy. He spoke about some Fritz guy who needs to know about what was happening.
John, history check, please.
I believe I know 2, and that was the second one, but yeah, sure.
Wait, what'd you say?
I think that wasn't that one of the Volstrekker's names?
Fritz? Yes, it was a Volstrucker name.
Yeah, I already knew that. But the role,
Okay, I'm sorry. I just thank you for already knowing. I was just making sure you made that connection.
Yep.
Cool.
You know, I knew of Fritz once. I beat his ass several times, and then we drank together. He's a good guy.
I mean, I could write that. I was sent on order of him to pick up a package.
You'll need me to write that document if you need it to be foolproof.
Yeah, I'll work with you on that. Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. That she's gonna help him with that because that's a neat. That'd be funny if we could just hand them paperwork and they hand us the thing and we walk out.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
In our games, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, the two of you are going to work on that?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in spy
you
country.
can-
They have agents everywhere.
Yeah. What are you going to write as Fritz to this individual? John Clover.
Clover's just assisting John would probably know more about this than Clover.
Yeah, utilizing the previous notes and history by it's not a huge modification by order of King Dwendal through the blah blah blah. I have orders. I'm sending a emissary on my behalf to oversee that the site and all of its belongings, that which are possession of the Empire, are properly looked after. Please see to it that they are allowed to check the condition of, appraise if need be, and if ready for travel, take anything that you deem in fit condition enough to be sent back.
Now I need you to roll me with advantage because Clover is helping you. Forgery, utilizing charisma.
Not gonna lie, that was a pretty good speech for what you're writing.
Yeah.
There you go.
John has a particular set of skills.
25.
25. Let's go. I really need to get like an air horn sound for Nat 20s. Just
Yeah.
I'll remove no, that's no. Just
Sorry. I was trying to find something, and I just saw the honk, and I was like, okay, that might work.
Since his name is John, you could have like the John Cena.
I'm adding two names on the letter. One is Sister whatever you would like her name to be, Clover, and then the other will be the appraiser Lyle Little.
Natalie. Put Natalie.
Okay, Sister Natalie. There you go.
Alrighty. Well then, you write up a beautifully efficiently worded letter that could totally be believable that it came from a Volstrucker. Minimum details with assurance of purpose, duty, responsibility, and available access. Alrighty. So, bedtime and tomorrow you're all going to be doing this?
Oh, Lily and Miriam still have a thing.
Lily and Marion, do your thing.
Right, so I'm glad that Ringo's all right for one thing.
I think he'll be a good member of the family.
Yeah, he's adorable. Like, look at that face.
He bleps.
So I find it amazing that this little lizard can have like, hair on its chin, like scruff its chin.
But anyways, I was like trying to going through my head to see if I recognize anything that this was, and Tosha didn't say anything, and I couldn't think of anything. This is a completely unknown magical object that we're retrieving for this person. I'm not saying that I don't want it out of the hands of the Empire. I'm just saying I'm suspicious of what this guy and his employer's intent is, and I was just wondering if you have time, can you do your mind magic cool stuff to maybe get a read on who or what we're delivering this to? Just so.
Fortunately, that's not how that magic works. There's probably magic like that, but I do not know of it.
I thought you told me you learned that spell that that
Leans in close.
that Volstrucker knew. The one where you detect thoughts and you can like dig deeper in.
I can do that, but anyone I don't surmise I'd be able to gain much insight onto their employer and what their goal is with this artifact. People that move objects like this are more fortuitous of mind than most, I would assume.
All right. Yeah, I'm just worried because there's a whole. As you know, I took more to the mechanical tinkering side of everything, and one of the constant rules that we were told back at school
Lily says instead of saying Lyceum this time.
was that learn from don't pull a Percy. Because you know
I
how
remember that. I never understood where that phrase came from.
well it
Every time someone blew up when they were doing something, that was the rule. That was what the teachers always shook at them.
right, and it's I mean, but the point of what that was because what he brought into the world with his invention, you know, the one that is pretty well known around the world now, to an extent.
I don't even have to roll. I know what the hell she's talking about, right? It's guns.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, where you come from, you would be aware of it. It's only the people of the Empire who would not be aware of it.
Yeah. But well, anyways, I guess we don't really have a choice in this because we need to figure out about that thing that we're doing in Rex Syndrome and everything.
Well, if everything goes according to plan, we might get a day with this artifact before we are able to turn it over. Between you and me, who knows what we could find out.
Well, I mean, I can get the
So I'm trying to find the name of it I put for it. For identify, but artificer. The actuator.
although I guess you can just borrow my pearl again too. Anyways, I guess on another note, so Tosha and I'm not exactly sure what happened a couple days ago after I blacked out, but me and Tosha now are a lot closer, and I'm not really sure. Like, I'm trying to open up. I'm not sure how it's working, if I'm doing it right. But I just you trust Tulsha, right?
Yes.
I'll yeah.
Miriam
Okay.
puts a hand on your shoulder.
Thanks.
I'm glad you've made up.
Yeah, me too.
Gives him a hug, and then pushes away.
All right, now just so that like there's nothing suspicious and none of this mushy stuff is, just pretend that what we were talking about, like look disgusted. Pretend we were talking about my fetish for wanting a Minotaur boyfriend and me describing all the things I want.
Okay, that is actually a very good question. What is actually going on with you? Met two and you went after both of them. What is going on here? Like you didn't have this issue at school, and
that's a good thing. That's a good thing to keep your mind on.
And Lily literally just walks away as Miriam's like asking that and everything.
And then everybody can go to sleep. In the morning, you all wake up to the loud sounds of many individuals out here working early to excavate and to start searching for the riches that this discovered land offers to them. So, everybody, it is now time to get to work. Come on. We're not waiting all day, are we?
No. Okay, let's go with it. Hammer time.
Exactly. You can pick up that hammer there, that pickaxe there. You'll be pulling the crate. Big man pats Miriam on the leg.
Holding the boxes.
Yep, you're bringing all of the tools on a crate, just carrying with you, just trudging through the muck and mud and gravel, and it's so annoying to do. Yep. As
John
you're
and
heading out there, yeah.
Should John and I just go now and try? It doesn't really make a lot of sense to go at night unless they would do that stuff at night.
I assume that Clover and John would have shared their plan with the party, right?
That's a big assumption.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of big.
Big assumption.
Since
Clover
when has
jumps
Wyatt
asleep.
ever been a team player? Come on now.
I mean,
I'm a team
yeah,
player.
that's a good point. But Lily is the one with the bag of holding backpack.
Mhm,
I'm playing supports.
mhm.
Yeah, she probably would have said it. Like, she would have mentioned like we could just go in there and pick it up. I don't know if
What
they.
makes you think that you would be able to do that?
Well, we got the. I got the outfit. We got the paperwork. We did some good surveillance that last night, thanks to these two. You know, hit Gunther's shoulder a little.
What?
Got some good surveillance and names. I think we'll come off as official. And if it doesn't work, then we just do the heist plan at night.
I'm just one thing is that it'd be unexpectedly quick. So either they might expect it to have be an inspection to be quickly there, or they would be suspicious that suddenly you're there, right?
I mean, only one way to find out.
I mean, if you're doing this, you're not going in quiet. So,
Yeah, and Lily will kind of start looking through her stuff, her artificer stuff, and I actually did want to prepare this for today. She would give. Who's going to be the main one talking? Because you shared the plan.
Clover can talk, but she's also a child.
That's fair. So it'd be John because he's the appraiser, correct?
On paper, yeah.
Yeah. In that case, Lily would have pulled out another like thing similar to the one she did yesterday to like mutate into a thing, and she would stab John with it and give him enhanced ability with Eagle Splendor.
I kill Lily.
Yes,
That's fair.
Oh, finally, somebody.
Does nobody stop me?
John
Oh, you're being
watches
serious.
in-
You're attacking
No,
Lily.
I'm not being serious.
watches in horror.
that should,
Yeah, I was contemplating initiative.
But I mean,
So-
she's not going to stab me because I'm not going to let her. So
oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay.
Lily will attempt it, but then like seeing you react, she'll say,
John, this is a concoction that will make you more. It activates your pheromones to make you more presentable, attractive, and also more agreeable with.
I'll be fine.
You sure?
steps closer.
Yes. We're
You're
dealing with
positive.
we're dealing with a mage here, and I don't want to be tainted by anything.
That's a word.
Wow, I almost feel insulted. Almost.
I mean, you could do one of those to Miri to give him some more hardiness strength-wise for lifting all the crates.
Yeah, he will need it, won't he? I mean, look at those arms.
I mean, the only reason I'm even okay with this plan is because we are reliant zero on magic. We're dealing with a mage, and I don't know if they are far superior, of equal or lesser ability than any of you.
Well, I mean, wouldn't that make it more suspicious then that you're going there to deal with magic stuff, but you're not magic yourself in a little ways?
I'm not proficient in magic whatsoever. I'm an appraiser of items.
All right, well, what about you, Clover? Do you want something to help improve some of your abilities?
No, I think I'll be fine. Honestly, I appreciate the gesture though. I think John has a point. If he sees magic on us, he might get suspicious.
All right.
Lily looks extremely disappointed, and she like puts down the syringe that had that one, but then pulls out all these looking vitamin gummy looking ones.
And Gunther looks at her. I mean, you could give it to me if you want.
I mean,
Next.
part of me really wants to. The other part of me wants to save all my materials for if they're needed.
I can do something similar, Gunther. If you wish to be stronger.
I don't need to be stronger. I'm already super strong.
Yeah, sure thing. The excavator is now sipping a cup of coffee he just brewed out front while you guys were talking.
Well, so here's the thing, John, Clover, if something goes wrong, how are we gonna know to come and help you if everything just turns out horrible? What's our worst case scenario plan?
Be back here in an hour. That's how you know everything that's going on.
We're not back, and if you hear screaming,
Here, I hand you my lizard. If something goes wrong, pop him, and I'll know immediately.
That is magical. I don't think any of you are listening to what I'm saying.
Well, I've heard that I look sometimes a bit big and dumb. So if you want me to come along as a big and dumb, I could like carry things.
I mean, that's probably the most sensible thing that's been said. Yeah, that would be fine.
you'd have to add him to the paperwork, but that shouldn't take long.
The paperwork wouldn't be necessary. Not in our line of work, Clover.
Oh.
Not for. It's. He'd be fine.
Well, at the very least, take up.
Joey, quick question. Can Lily have had time before we have this conversation to have, because she would have been told the plan to have used this artificer ability here and basically make for John a set of like appraiser's jeweler's kit kind of thing, like, you know, like the little glass thing to really like look at stuff, and you know what I'm talking about?
Sure, yeah, you would have had time to craft a set of jeweler's supplies.
At the very least, take this. These are not magic, John, and these will maybe help you with your, you know, profession as an appraiser.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
All right.
What? You're going as a nun, right, Clover?
Yes.
What god are you worshiping?
Erathis, the Lawbringer.
Just the law bearer. Just
Lawbearer.
Yeah, and John corrects her. Law bearer. It's right.
The law bringer. I bring it the law.
No, the lawbringer was Bernie.
I'm gonna lie the law down.
Are you
So-
aware of her tenets in case you were asked them?
Should I just roll religion for that? Or
Yeah.
would it be common knowledge? Okay, religion.
Religion check. It is not a common. It is not forced upon anybody.
Eight. Oh, that's horrible. I'm luck rolling that. Let's redo
Follow
that.
the law. Okay.
I'm luck rolling that. God. This a 2. Natural 20.
Okay. You would be able to recite her tenets verbatim.
I'm a priest. Yes, priestess.
Good.
How big was this thing that you kind of gave us the rough dimensions in the picture there, but about yay, stop me.
About this big, I'd say.
Almost chest wide.
Wait, whose chest? Miriam's chest or?
John's chest. He's the one measuring.
Then that being the case, you might need to, Gunther, take the bag with us. If they are going to be as accommodating as maybe they will.
Okay.
Might want to take anything out, though, that could be very incriminating or, you know, just to be safe.
I don't know what is in the bag.
Yeah, give me a second.
Lily goes to the cart and just begins kind of like not gonna say dumping, but like storing away literally everything that was in there. And I assume the cart has like some storage containers that are not being used. And it's just literally all the stuff in the party loot.
Yeah, now, yeah, Clover, our carts are now blown up to the wazoo with lights.
My.
She sees magic.
Yeah, her eyes are going wide. This is insane. That's a lot. That's gonna get something's attention. Question.
Yeah.
Does Channel Divinity give off a magical aura on the other end?
It is a magical effect.
So that's a yes. Okay. Well,
She's just Clover, did you get my reply?
Oh, yeah, let me do that.
Yeah. So I don't want to have long drawn out pauses. Okay.
All right.
John and what is that? Tosha.
Yo.
You both notice very suddenly the cup of coffee that the excavator is drinking from gets knocked up into his face, but you don't see anything do it. It just happens. Motherfucking shit, I hate this fucking place.
Uh-oh. Something's here.
That was odd. He's been jittery for a while, though.
I'm not perceptive enough to react to this, right?
No, you didn't notice anything. The two of them noticed that just happened. Everybody else just noticed he tilted his cup too far and it just poured down.
I'm immediately in that area and like checking the ground for tracks. I imagine we're outside even though we're in a tent, so there's probably some.
Roll an investigation.
23.
You bump into a floating object that feels and resembles a hand near his head.
Clover.
Clover's immediately going to notice this and dispel the hand.
Oh my
The
god,
hand
I thought we were
disappears.
actually in trouble.
Yeah, I think we ought to go. It might have been an earthquake.
Didn't feel an earthquake.
It
Yes,
threw
Lily.
me all the way over here. You didn't feel anything?
I felt it.
I didn't feel anything on the ground.
Mm,
I know what an earthquake feels like. I made a few, well, very local, small ones.
Yes, Lily, what were you saying? You said,
Oh yeah, I was gonna. If when Lily gets done with that, if she can get with Clover before Clover goes out, is Clover taking the bag of holding backpack?
Oh, I thought Gunther was
Gunther
holding it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gunther's taking it. Okay. Yeah. So Lily will kind of approach Clover real quick, and
Hey, Clover. So
Oh,
I know I gave you that grenade before, the
Yes.
pepper one. If things go bad, use that. But to maybe help so things don't go bad, this is magic, so don't tell John because he's a buzzkill. And just say it's part of your magic stuff.
and Lily will take off the gloves of thievery she had, and give them to Clover. They don't need attunement, so that's a little +5 to sleight of hand.
Shit. She's going to keep these. I hope. she's gonna really try to keep these. I want you to know that before you give these to Clover.
That's fine. Clover's a little kid, and Lily's being the older sister who's cool.
Also, I whispered.
Thanks for the beer, sis.
Thank you. Oh wow, it's transmutation magic, but she's looking down at.
These will help be a
little quicker with your hands. I was using them to help me with my tinkering and also other things, but doing this might be more relevant.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how I'm gonna hide this magic aura though. She's like looking down at him.
If asked, just say they're, to help you with your goddess's stuff, I guess.
It's not the right field of magic, but I'll figure something out. She's gonna put on the gloves because she's actually not gonna be able to resist having something like this.
And one thing too is that that there's a magical aura, but they're on, they're invisible.
It's like illusion and transmutation.
I think it's just transmutation, but it's that was the description with Gloves of Thievery, is that when they're let me find the thing. Nope, that didn't put out what I thought it would. No, they give you a plus. Oh, there they are. Yeah, these gloves are invisible while worn. While wearing them, you get a +5 bonus to dexterity, sleight of hand checks, and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
It's good to know. Thank you.
Just gonna whisper in John's ear, if you're in trouble, the boys are in the bag.
No.
Oh.
No, they're not. Get them out. No.
You want them to stand here in the tent?
I don't want to bring in corpses to... No.
What are you talking about? Corpses in the bag?
Yeah, Mirian will introduce you to his friends in a moment.
They're not there unless you know that it exists. That's how the bag works.
And magical people know how magical things work. Guys, come on, John is pushing this point. He does not want anything in the bag.
Well, where am I supposed to hide 2 skeletons then?
Look at the cart.
The cart that is full of our bullshit.
The only thing that's not full is this temporary closet I have.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I was making some bullshit up because it's funny because skeletons and yeah.
Do we have like cloaks? Do we have like extra cloaks anywhere?
Yes.
All right, I'll pull the boys out.
You also have a tent with blankets and all of that jazz too.
We'll pull the boys out in the tent and give them like cloaks and have them.
Are they like animated when you take them out?
Oh yeah, they're alive technically.
Gunther immediately attacks it as soon as he sees. He's never
seen a hit
undeads before.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I can't. Do not make me waste.
It's like, well, this is not. It's a skeleton. It's supposed to be dead.
He slams the shit out of one of your skeletons.
Roll me a.
He can break it and you can recast it. It just.
Actually, no, he doesn't break it. That's not enough damage.
Attacks again.
Are you going to quell the angry bear man?
Yes.
I mean, Gunther's reacting like someone who's never encountered undead would probably react.
Yeah, probably. All right, I got it. Now I have to make a note that one of them took 11.
Gunther, that's not necessary. He controls them.
It's still moving.
Yeah, you didn't hit it hard enough. It'll be okay.
No, it's not okay. They're supposed to be dead. They're not skeletons.
It won't do anything that Mirian does not tell it to do.
It's unnatural. This is bad. Nein, nicht gut.
It's not natural. We're in agreement there.
Lily walks over,
Oh, hey, Gunther, thanks for knocking that arm off.
and then she puts on one of the
Oh,
resort
there
employee
goes fucking
vests,
sword.
and then walks away.
So,
Oh, I need to go hit something more. Step out with the hammer.
You got to drink some of the ale. That'll help you chill out.
So, on this joyous and happy note, we have the party splitting in two directions. Gunther, Clover, and John are going to go talk to this mage and hopefully just walk out of there with the artifact, while the other three are going to till some land and maybe find something, but mostly just play the part. I think that's what we're going to do next week, everybody. We'll see you next time.